Hi, this is Peggy with Natural Awakening Chicago Magazine, and welcome back to our Women in Wellness series. We are here today with Dr. Lynne Belsky and Lisa Gold of CBG Institute for Dance and Health, and they're located in Highland Park, Illinois. Their specialty is building balance and strength through dance to enrich health and freedom of movement. Thanks for joining us, Dr. Belsky and Lisa.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for having us.
So tell us a little bit about what CBG Institute for Dance and Health is all about. You've got a long history and a background as a dance instructor. Lynne, you danced with the Joffrey Ballet, and you are a practicing physician. So this is a wonderful combination. How are you tying this all together?
Well, health comes from movement, from motivation. It comes from, it doesn't come from, but it adds to your quality of life. So well-being is, to me, a combination of both movement and health, physical health, mental health. We've seen so much where people over the age of 50 have fallen and broken bones and gone through rehab and not come out quite as well as the people we have seen that have come out of an injury, taken dance classes, and succeeded at being back to where they want to be, with less limitation and more motivation.
Now,
Yes.
Lynne, I know you guys teach all varieties of classes for people of all abilities. Do you tend to find more people coming back who say, oh, I haven't danced since I was in high school? Or is it more older adults who want to just start it?
I'd say it's a bit of both. But the people who come to us saying, I took class when I was 5, or I took it through high school and even some college, and then life happened. And I couldn't find classes that were at the right times for me with my family or my work, or they would find it just kind of slipped away and they weren't sure where they could go that would be a safe, emotionally and physically environment to take class. And so we provide ballet classes, modern, tap, dance, fitness. Hopefully later this summer, we'll add a character class. And so people who've taken one or more of those genres and said, hey, you know what? I wonder if I could still do some of it. And they start small and grow. And it really has been exciting to see people 2 weeks in going, hey, this feels good. I remember how that felt. And then there are other people who said, I never took dance, but I've always wanted to, and I felt I might be awkward or a beginner that, and our place is very welcoming. We, anybody of all levels are welcomed into our fold. When a new person came into class, when we were doing live classes in person, a person would walk in and we knew they were new. They got introduced to everyone in the room, and people look for each other as we come back. And maybe Lisa will talk about our move into Zoom, but I also wanted to talk about the medical dance into health and why, what the health parts of that are, to expound on as we get older. This is the downer part of it. But as we get older, starting at age 40, you start losing muscle strength, you start losing endurance, and body mass turns to more fat than lean muscle, and bone density starts decreasing. And those things can be slowed down by fitness, cardiovascular fitness, and neurologic fitness, muscular fitness. There is research the American College of Sports Medicine put out about exercise is medicine. And they talked about you can gain muscle mass, improve cardiovascular fitness, decrease the risk of falling, and increase reaction time, but all the way until 110.
Wow.
That that even though we decline, you can get it back to some extent wherever you start. So if you're starting being completely sedentary, which in itself increases risks for cardiovascular disease, diabetes, all kinds of things, that's the downer part. The answer is not necessarily a pill. The answer is exercise. Some people go, I hate exercise. I don't want to exercise. I don't want to go out and run. I don't want to go out, and I've never played tennis. I don't feel like I could. Dance is something that we innately do, right, Lisa? It's something since the beginning of time, humans move to a rhythm or music, and it feels good. And so people keep coming back, and it doesn't feel like exercise. Right. And that's, I know that was a mouthful, but that's that's one of the reasons we do what we do.
Yeah. What about on the cognitive side, as far as learning a routine? Is that
it's not it's not something that we say, come in and you're going to memorize this. People say a lot that I can't remember, but repetition is the key to it all. So yeah, we start out with simpler exercises and we build on them, but everything is repetition in dance, especially to get people comfortable, aware of what they're doing, and being able to build what we call a vocabulary, a dance vocabulary. And it's that part of it it starts physically, but it becomes mental. It becomes something that you're going to automatically think of without having to worry about it. It just becomes almost innate.
And that's, yeah. So the medical side of that is that we have neuroplasticity, and we can create new pathways through repetition that will stay there. And the idea of things becoming second nature, that gets put in the cerebellum. And so those things, you build on those, as Lisa said. You start repeating, you start growing, and we see the delight in our students' eyes as they're like, oh, I got that. Yeah, I can do that. And as we've taught more over the years that we've been doing this, there are people who learn in different ways. And I've found that I need to do the same class every week for a month. And in the beginning, I will start with the basic choreography, the basic class steps, and I will add, as the month goes on, a little bit more, a little flourish, a little extra releve. And so that you can see that, oh, I can do that now. In the beginning of the month, you might not have been able to do it.
It might have been intimidating when they started.
Right. And so that's my ballet class. And Lisa has a wonderful following in her modern class, including our former teachers.
Yes, which is intimidating for us, but at the same time, it's wonderful. It makes us feel that we're doing the right thing. Right. Because they support us. They've given themselves to us, and we're giving it back to everyone else. But the fact that they're there and taking our classes, it says a lot to us.
Okay. Now, as I mentioned when we started talking this afternoon, you both have a long history in dance, a lot of background. Lynne, you dance with the Joffrey Ballet. Lisa, you've been an instructor, and congratulations on your recent award as well with the Royal Academy of Dance. How have things changed since you started as dance professionals to today? How is dance viewed differently, especially from a health and wellness standpoint?
I have a quick aside answer that. There is a hashtag called Dance is for Everyone. And there is a movement for people to not just be, you don't have to just be a professional dancer or you're not a dancer. Everyone is a dancer. it just, that came to my attention this week. And you can be a person who is paralyzed and cannot get out of your chair and can be a dancer, even a performer. So in that way, I think dance in general has changed. What do you think? Anything else about that, or?
It has changed. It has changed. The people are more comfortable going into a class and saying, I'm just here because I enjoy being here. Whereas years and years ago, when we were first training, people were gearing themselves for the stage.
Right.
And now, because people want to be there, they're discovering what I have always said, dance is the fountain of youth. And I believe it because people keep dancing. It keeps you motivated. It keeps you, it just builds so much strength and endurance, but it also creates happiness. Yeah. And that in itself, the joy of dance is what we say. It keeps you growing and it keeps you motivated in the world. It doesn't have to just be, I'm going to get on stage. Mm-hmm. It's, I'm going to do for myself now. So there's more on the health aspect that way.
Right. And this is not exactly to your question, Peggy, but it is one of the other things that we've noticed in health and wellness is connectedness.
Right.
And during this last year of COVID, it's been especially pronounced. And people, some of our dancers are single, live alone. They are older, so they weren't going out. And the only exercise they were getting and connection was with us in our Zoom classes.
Yeah.
Which has been just a godsend. And yeah. the other delight is that we're reaching out. We have people taking class from California, from Florida, mm-hmm. from Pennsylvania, from Minnesota, all over the place. Texas, New York, Boston, Massachusetts. So really fun. Some people that we haven't seen in years have decided they can join us. And so I don't think we're going to lose that Zoom class connection with our people. So being national has been really fun.
And the social benefits also are just incredible, as you said, for people living alone. And I would even think for the reflection back of their being accepted, even if their dance routine isn't perfect, even if they're not the shining student at the bar.
Right.
Everybody is there together.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And going back to the actual researched isolation and what that causes, has a morbidity and mortality of 6 years for people who are isolated and withdrawn. And so we don't want that to happen. We want people to join us and really connect. And if not with us, with others.
So Lisa, what's next for CBG Institute as we moved along in the pandemic and more people are coming in? Where do you see this going?
Well, we have a lot of wonderful ideas and a lot of people supporting our ideas. But our first plan, like Lynn said before, is hopefully to get back into the studio and have live classes. We are planning on doing outreach with senior centers or retirement living. And we are also working on a flash mob that's Lynn could tell you more about, which is fun. But we're trying to build a community where people can get together physically or virtually.
Yeah.
And we want to build on that. And of course, add classes, add other things. And also too is something that Lynn has always wanted, is to do more research.
And write a book.
And write a book.
One
So-
day.
So Lisa, your studio is in downtown Highland Park,
Yes.
close to the metro station.
Yes, right, kitty corner and across of the library.
Okay, and then people can also learn more at cbg-institute.org.
Mhm.
Follow you guys on social media as well, and we'll be getting all those links up for everyone as well. Any additional things that you want to share about starting with dance, getting back to dance, getting up and moving, and making it part of your everyday routine?
Well, any movement is good movement.
Mhm.
I tell my patients who have been sedentary, who are afraid to try some exercise at all, I'm like, you need to walk 5 minutes every day. Pick a time and you start with 5 if it feels good and you want to walk for 10, great. Same with dance. Get up, turn the music on and move. You'll be surprised how it changes your mood and how
Oh, yeah.
good you feel. You get your heart pumping and a little sweat and you're feeling like you've done something, and it leads to a positive outcome. And so start small and find a place where you feel comfortable, where you feel safe, and connect with people. And if you want to join us, we're always happy to have you. We're going to just keep growing, and adding people is our happiness.
Well, there's a great quote you shared as we were preparing for this. Life might not be the party we hoped for, but while we're here, we might as well dance.
Absolutely.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much. I've really enjoyed talking with you in the interview today, and so much dance to do out there. So check out cbg-institute.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Peggy.
Thank you, Peggy.
Thank you, Lisa.